ceremony, I'd now like to invite the following dignitaries to please do the honors of light. Traditional oil lamp. Our dignitaries this morning include our chief guest, Vice President CIPM Sri Lanka, Mr. Priyankara Senviratne. Our guest of honor today, Mr. Suresh Muttaya. We'd like to invite you to join us at the lamp lighting. Also joining them will be Honorary Secretary of CIPM Sri Lanka, Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj 𝐾𝐈𝐿. We have our Honorary Treasurer CIPM Sri Lanka, Ms. Vasanthi Vittanage. Chairman, Professional and Academic Affairs Technical Committee, Dr. Sanath Palyaguru. Director, Professional and Academic Affairs is Mr. G. Veeratunga. Director Operations, Mr. Anushka Erskine. Director Finance, Ms. Vatsala Nadishani. And we'd also like to invite the two nominated diplomates to please join in lighting the ceremonial oil lamp. Please remain standing, ladies and gentlemen, as I now invite our dignitaries to take their places at the head table on stage. Joining us on stage are Chief Guest, Vice President CIPM Sri Lanka, Mr. Priyankara Senviratne, our Guest of Honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaya, Honorary Secretary CIPM Sri Lanka, Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj 𝐾𝐈𝐿. We have our Honorary Treasurer CIPM Sri Lanka, Ms. Vasanthi Vittanage. Chairman, Professional and Academic Affairs Technical Committee, Dr. Sanath Palyaguru, and Director, Professional and Academic Affairs, Mr. G. Veeratunga. We warmly welcome our dignitaries joining us at the head table on stage. And with that, I'd like to request all of us to remain standing now for the national anthem of Sri Lanka, followed by the CIPM theme song.
Sri Lanka Mata, Apa Sri Lanka, Namo, 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 Namo Mata. Sundara Siri Barini, Surandi Ati Sobhamana Lanka. Dana Danaya Nekamal Palaturu Biri Jaya Bhumiya Ramya. Apa Hata Sapa Siri Seta Sadhana. තුල භක්ති ඔබ අප ආලෝකේ අපගේ අනුප්‍රාණේ ඔබ අප ජීවන වේ අප මුක්තිය ඔබ වේ නව ජීවන දෙවිනේ ඉතින අප පුබුදු කරන් මාතා ඥාන වීර වඩවමින රැගෙන යනු ගැන ජය භූමි කරා එක මවකගේ දරු කැළඹවිනා යමු යමු වී නොපමා ප්‍රේම වඩා සැම වේද දුරලදා නමෝ නමෝ මාතා අප ශ්‍රී ලංකා නමෝ 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 මාතා මානව සම්පත අග තැන්පත් කර සකල දේශයම ජය දඩනම්වන අභිමා නවමු ආරකින් විවිධී සුපිපෙන සුහදව නිති මිනිසක්කම් අගයන ව්‍යවසායකයින් රැජඹෙන සිරිබිම දියුණෙන් දියුණට පෙරමුණගෙන අද සාඩම්බරයෙන් සිහිපත් කර අපි සමරමු පැටියෙන් දිරිදෙන හැම නිති අනදිසේවයෙන් ලොවගෙන නාපි අදත් හෙටත් සැමදා වැජබෙමු අපි CIPM shall excel, flying a flag of splendor through our realm. Nadum sirenda, nadum selika, onrai sirenda, urek namam. Manav sampata agatanpat kar sakala deshayam jayadadanam. අභිමානයකින් ඉදිරියටම යන CIPM සැමදා මොරැගෙන අභිමානයකින් ඉදිරියටම යන CIPM සැමදා මොරැගෙන
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please take your seats now. And with that, once again, good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the Diploma Awarding Ceremony of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, Sri Lanka. Well, I'm sure all of you agree today is a day of great joy and celebration, a very momentous occasion indeed, because today we take the opportunity to reward and recognize our dear hardworking students for all of their efforts put into their academic progression over the last many months. Today at CIPM Sri Lanka, we take immense pride that our hardworking diplomates who are seated here today are now equipped with skills required to enhance the HR workforce of not just Sri Lanka, but of course, even the world. Each of our students here has displayed incredible commitment as well as a wonderful pursuit of excellence in their academic enrichment as well as their professional advancement. And so truly, we take immense pride that all of you have gathered here and we will celebrate with you this fantastic achievement. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin with our ceremony, we'd like to, of course, start off with an official welcome on behalf of the Institute. And so to now do the honors of extending our warmest welcome, I'm happy to invite forward the Chairman, Professional and Academic Affairs Technical Committee at CIPM Sri Lanka, who will now deliver the welcome address. So ladies and gentlemen, with your applause, please welcome Dr. Sanath Palyaguru.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all for this special occasion, the CIPM Diploma Awarding Ceremony 2026. 2026 CIPM Diploma ධාරීන්ගේ සහතික පත් ප්‍රදාන උත්සවයට පැමිණි ඔබ සියලු දෙනා ඉතාමත් සාදරයෙන් පිළිගනු ලබනවා. A warm very welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Priyankara Seneviratna, the Vice President CIPM Sri Lanka. Sir, we are honored by your presence and grateful for your leadership and continued commitment to the Institute. I'm also delighted to welcome our chief guest or guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaiya, Group Chief Human Resource Officer of 𝐒𝐻 Corporate Services. It is a pleasure to have you with us as we celebrate this important milestone in the lives of our diplomats. I also welcome the office bearers and the members of Governing Council of CIPM Sri Lanka, Mr. Anushka Erskine, Director Operations, Mr. G. Veeratunga, Director Professional and Academic Affairs, Ms. Vatsala Nadishani, Director Finance, and all the members of CIPM staff. And of course, a very special welcome to our diplomats and their parents and the families. Today is the celebration of achievement, but more than that, it is a celebration of commitment. A qualification is never earned simply by attending classes. It is earned through discipline, perseverance, sacrifice, and the willingness to continue even when the journey becomes difficult. Each of you sitting here today has demonstrated these qualities. Dear diplomats, as you receive your certificates today, I encourage you to see this not as the conclusion of your journey, but as a significant milestone along much longer professional journey. The world of work is changing rapidly. Human resource management itself is changing, influenced by technology, artificial intelligence, new forms of work, changing employee expectations, and increasingly complex organization environments. Therefore, HR professionals of tomorrow cannot be satisfied with yesterday's knowledge. You must continue to learn, to question, to adapt, and understand the human beings behind the numbers, systems, and processes that we manage. The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn will be one of the most important qualities that will distinguish successful HR professionals in the years ahead. So as you move forward, do not measure your success only by the position you hold or the titles you earn. Measure it also by the people you develop, the workplace you improve, and the positive difference you make in the lives of others. I would also like to acknowledge the parents and the families present here today. Your support, encouragement, and the sacrifice have undoubtedly played an important part in bringing your loved ones to this moment. Today, you too have every reason to proud. So dear diplomats, CIPM has given you knowledge, but what you do with that knowledge is in your hands. Carry your qualification with pride, but carry your professional values with even greater pride. Continue to grow, continue to learn, and have the courage to contribute meaningfully. On behalf of CIPM Sri Lanka, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to every diplomat receiving their certificates today. Once again, I warmly welcome all our distinguished guests, our CIPM leadership and staff, our parents and families, and most importantly, our diplomats. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Dr. Sanath Palliaguru for setting the tone for our diploma awarding ceremony with very encouraging opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed our deep honor that our diploma awarding ceremony this morning has been graced by the presence of our chief guest, Mr. Priyankara Senviratne. Allow me now to officially introduce our chief guest to you. Mr. Priyankara Senviratne, the Vice President of CIPM Sri Lanka, is a seasoned human resources professional with over 25 years of experience spanning human resources management, organizational development, talent management, and people management. He currently serves as the head of human resources at GTB Steel Sri Lanka and has held senior leadership positions across both corporate and international development sectors with a strong focus on people strategy, organizational transformation, and human capital development. He has previously served as Group Head of Human Resources at St. Anthony's SAVL Private Limited, where he provided strategic leadership in strengthening the organization's human resources function. His career also includes senior human resources and administration roles at MAS Holdings and the United Nations Development Programme, giving him extensive exposure to diverse corporate and international development environments. He has also made a notable contribution to the HR profession through his involvement with CIPM Sri Lanka. His professional contributions include serving as Vice President, also Chairman of the globally recognized member-centric organization committee, Chartered Fellow Member of CIPM Sri Lanka, and Chairman of the National HR Conference in 2023. He holds a master's degree in sociology and labor relations from the University of Colombo, a Bachelor of Arts in sociology, and a Bachelor of Management Studies from the Open University of Sri Lanka. His strong academic foundation, combined with more than 2 decades of professional experience, has enabled him to bring a strategic, people-centered perspective to human resources and leadership. With this introduction, ladies and gentlemen, it's now our pleasure to hear from our chief guest this morning. So with your applause, let's warmly welcome Mr. Priyankara Senviratne.
Thanks, Kushma. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Suresh Muttaya, our guest of honor, members of the council and staff of CIPM, distinguished guests, faculty members, resource persons, parents, family members, dear diplomats, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning to all of you. It is a great privilege and pleasure to be with you this morning at this important milestone in our diplomats' professional journey. At the outset, I convey my warm greetings and best wishes to our President, Dr. Neil Bogalanda, who was expected to grace this occasion as the chief guest. Unfortunately, following his recent accident and on medical advice, he is unable to be with us today. I am honored to represent him, and I know he joins us in congratulating each of you on your achievement. Today, we celebrate the success of 485 students who have become eligible to receive the Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management. Of these, 19 have achieved distinction passes, 73 merit passes, 393 general passes. To every diplomate, congratulations. You have every reason to be proud today. Today is a milestone, but it should not be your destination. The Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management is the second stage of CQHRM. You still have two important stages ahead of us: CIHRM and CQHRM. Therefore, my first message is simple. Please continue your professional education. Let the certificates you receive today motivate you next achievement and your development as fully fledged HR professional with knowledge, competence, sound judgment, ethical values, leadership capability. The world of work is changing rapidly. Organizations are evolving, technology is advancing, employee expectations are shifting, and artificial intelligence is creating disruptive change across the workplace. What is sufficient today may not be sufficient 5 years from now. Continuous learning is therefore no longer optional, it's mandatory, and it's a professional responsibility. My second request is that you obtain your CIPM membership and remain actively connected to your professional body. Your relationship with CIPM should not end when you complete your studies. Qualification given you knowledge and recognition. Professional membership adds identity, a network, community of practice, and opportunities for continuous development. I too am a proud product of CIPM like you all. 20 years down the line, I was also one of you all. So through continual learning service, active engagement with the Institute, I have the privilege of progressing to the current position of Vice President and of contributing to the development of HR professional in the country. Participating in CIPM programs and professional forums, engage with few fellow professionals, learn from senior practitioners as your career develops. Contribute your own knowledge in the next generation. Professional developments happen not only in classrooms, but also through workplace experience, reflection, mentoring, dialogue, exposure to new ideas. As a HR professional, the expectations placed upon you are very different from those of the past. Organizations do not need HR professionals who administrate a leave, prepare letters, maintain files, or implement instructions. Those tasks may still be necessary, but they are no longer sufficient. Modern organizations need HR professionals who understand the business. You must understand how your organization creates value, customers, strategy, finances, operations, technology, and competitive environment. When management discusses productivity, you must understand the implications for people. When you introduce new technology, you must anticipate how jobs and competencies will change. When a new strategy is developed, you must identify the talent, culture, and leadership capabilities required to deliver it. So do not ask only, what does HR need to do? Ask instead, what does the organization need to achieve, and how can people and HR practices help achieve it? That is the mindset for true HR business partner. I also encourage each and all of you to become change agents within your organization and in society. Change is no longer occasional, it is continuous. Your responsibility is not merely to announce change after decisions are made, but to help people understand it, participate in, and build the capabilities to succeed through it. A good change agent listens, communicates, questions, assumptions, builds trust and understands, and sustainable transformation is ultimately achieved through people. This responsibility should not stop at the gates of your organization. As professionals and members of society, your knowledge and influences to promote ethical leadership, fairness, dignity at work, discipline, inclusion, and responsible organization practices. Before I conclude, I wish to recognize all those who have contributed to the achievement we celebrate today. Our lecturers, resource persons, examiners, academic teams, business school staff, examination department, and other CIPM staff members, and everyone who had supported to our students through the program. Most importantly, I acknowledge the parents, spouses, family members, friends, and colleagues who supported our diplomates. Professional education requires commitment. Behind many successful students is a support network that has made sacrifices along the way. I encourage you to take a moment today to thank those who helped you each on this stage. As you leave today, take your diplomas with pride and carry with your renowned commitment. Continue with CIPM, become an active member of CIPM, remain committed to the continuous professional development, become a strategic business partner, and responsible change agent. Keep learning, unlearning, and relearning, and keep upskilling and reskilling. Above all, become a professional who helps to shape the future. I would like to conclude with a thought inspired by the Brazilian educator Pablo Freire. He reminded us that the meaningful education is not simply about receiving information. It is about dialogue, questioning, reflection, critical thinking, and responsible action. The idea is particularly relevant to you as image in HR professionals. Do not simply accept everything you are told. Question organizational problems. Assess whether established practices remain relevant. Reflect on the consequences of decisions for people and the organization. Engage in dialogue when perspectives differ. And when change is needed, have the courage to act responsibly. Your qualification should therefore do more than increase what you know. It should influence how you think, the questions you ask, how you see people, organizations, and society, ultimately how you act. That is when education becomes true transformative. May your education give you the courage to question, the wisdom to reflect, and the responsibility to act in ways that improve your organization and society. I congratulate all 485 diplomates once again and wish each one of you every success in your professional and personal journey. Thank you, and may the very best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Priyankara Senviratne for inspiring our diplomates this morning with a very thoughtful message. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged that joining us here today as our guest of honor is Mr. Suresh Muttaya. So please allow me to officially introduce our guest of honor to you. Mr. Suresh Muttaya is a distinguished HR leader with 26 years of experience in human resources, including 22 years in senior leadership positions. He currently serves as Group Chief Human Resources Officer of Aitken Spence plc. In his current role, he leads the group's human resources portfolio, supporting approximately 23,000 employees across 16 business sectors and 10 countries. He brings 25 years of experience in HR, and his career spans leading local and multinational organizations with exposure across diverse industries, including hospitality, telecommunications, logistics, manufacturing, retail, apparel, pharmaceutical, and non-banking finance sectors. Before joining Aitken Spence, Mr. Muttaiah held senior HR leadership positions at Union Assurance PLC, John Keel's retail sector, Dialogue Asiata PLC, and the Carson's Cumberbatch Group. Across these organizations, he contributed to business transformation, people strategy, and strengthening of HR capability. In recognition of his contribution to the HR profession, he has received multiple awards from the World HRD Congress, and he was named Alumnus of the Year by the University of Southern Queensland, Australia. He has also served in leadership roles with the Insurance Association of Sri Lanka, the University of Southern Queensland Alumni Sri Lankan Chapter, and the Association of HR Professionals Sri Lanka. He's a member of the Board of Governors of the University of Vocational Technology. He holds an MBA and a postgraduate diploma in business administration from the University of Southern Queensland, Australia, and he also holds chartered qualification in HRM from CIPM Sri Lanka. He is a fellow of CIPD UK, a chartered member of CIPM Sri Lanka, a member of IPMA HR USA and AHRP Sri Lanka. With this introduction, we're now happy to invite our guest of honor to share his thoughts with us. So with your applause, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a warm welcome, Mr. Suresh Muttaiah.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Chief Guest and Vice President CIPM, Mr. Priyankara Senivarathna, members of the Council, members of the Head Table, faculty members, distinguished academic staff, staff of the business school, my dear parents and the family members, and also, most importantly, our graduates, graduating diplomats. Very good morning to all of you. Standing here today is both a privilege and truly an inspiring moment, because about 20 years ago, I was not standing behind this podium. I was seated right across where you are seated right now. Today is very special in that respect. So life sometimes, has these moments of inspiration and moments that will humble you. And I'm so humbled by the invite by CIPM to grace this occasion as the guest of honor. So it feels like coming back full circle. Like many of you, when I graduated, I was filled with a lot of excitement, a lot of confidence, and very optimistic about the future as well. But I must tell you, with my experience, when you leave today the graduation ceremony, you don't leave with only an accreditation. You leave with loads of knowledge. You leave with amazing networks built. And you will leave with a lot of inspiration and confidence about the future. Mr. Vice President, I must say that I was part of the first batch of PQHRM way back in 2005. And I bring greetings from the batch, and we are still connected. 20 years down the line, we are still connected. Most of us are leading HR professionals in our chosen industries. There are 2 PhD holders. One is a senior lecturer at the University of Sabaragamuwa, and another member is a senior lecturer in UK attached to Nottingham Kent Trent University. And there are a few HR service providers as well who has ventured on their own. One individual is almost, he has built up a business worth almost about 1 billion. So we are truly privileged to be part of CIPM in our journey. Because CIPM not only gave me an accreditation, CIPM truly gave me a license to become a professional in my chosen career. I must reflect back before joining the CIPM program. I was a practicing HR manager, but at that time, I didn't have the qualification, but I was known well in the organization that I served. People knew what my capabilities were, but people outside the organization didn't know who Suresh Muttaya was. But after subscribing myself for the PQHRM program with the knowledge, experiences, and networks that I built, it just gave me an immediate boost in terms of my confidence, in terms of my brand, in terms of my value in the field of HR and in the field of business. So I congratulate you for this wonderful achievement. Like our chief guest says, the journey doesn't end here. Continuously invest in yourself and subscribe into the next program, the CQHRM, get yourself into the MBA program, and then continuously learn yourself. My dear diplomats, I must say that, HR is a fascinating journey, a fascinating profession. Over the last few decades, HR has had a remarkable journey. When I started work as an HR professional, the profession was basically, moving from personnel management to human resource management, rather most of the organization. But if you look at the journey, we have moved from being people administrators to managers of talent. We have moved from talent managers to strategic business partners, looking at HR from an outside-in perspective. But in the current context, what is required from all of you, including me, is to build organization capability. We need to be architects of organization capability. That is the current expectation from HR professionals. And then also we need to be the custodians of human potential. So those are the two key drivers that's driving human resources in the current context. And also the challenge, like the chief guest mentioned, for us is to basically build a human-centered, future-ready organization. I repeat that, human-centered, future-ready organization. This involves shaping the future of work. The future of work is ever-changing and it's changing at a rapid pace. So that is one key area. And leading workforce transformation. Organizations are transforming itself, and most of the organizations have a transformation agenda. The organization that I work for right now, Eaton Spence, we have 4 organization transformation pillar, and then most of it is led by me. One is the cultural transformation. The number 2 is AI and digital transformation. Number 3 is we are having a lean transformation being championed across the group. And then also number 4 is leadership transformation. So organizations expect us to be transforming organizational cultures and work practices. In terms of the future HR professionals, this is by my experience I'm talking. You mostly, some of the ingredients that you got to have is, you got to have the business acumen, understand the business very well. That's one thing that helped me succeed in my professional journey. Business acumen is number 1. Analytical thinking, it's all data driven nowadays. Decisions are made on data. Analytics is important, so analytical thinking is also key. Technological literacy is of paramount importance. Once again, technology is ever changing. And I see that HR people are a little bit backward when it comes to embracing new technology than other professions. So embrace technology as you embrace any other skill. And then also finally, it goes without saying, we need to have a deep sense of commitment to people. That's the DNA of being an HR professional. So don't forget to have that deep sense of commitment to people. Dave Ulrich famously said that HR is not about HR. HR is about creating value to the organization we serve, creating value to the people, creating value to the investors, creating value to the customers, creating value to the society. So it's much broader. It's a wonderful profession that you have got in. As part of my address, I would like to make a quote from an individual called Jimmy Johnson. He's a famous, globally renowned coach. He said, I quote, "The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is the little extra." I repeat, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is the little extra. I always value the extra effort that I basically put in to my work, to whatever I do, has a greater outcome in terms of what I wanted to achieve. I'm not discounting competencies. Competencies are important, but I believe the effort factor matters a lot. You put that extra effort and today you're graduating. Your parents put an extra effort on you, and then as a result, you have made this achievement today. So effort is a key aspect, and I want you to remember that. I'm sure you would have heard about this lady, Indra Nooyi. She was the former PepsiCo CEO. She once said, in everything that you do, put your head, put your heart, and put your hands. She calls it the 3 H's. So whatever you do, immerse yourself into it, and then success will automatically come. Also remember that, your job will never look you big. Your job will never make you big. It's what you do within that job. I've been always guided by that. In all the organizations that I have served, I've gone beyond the scope of my job. And that has helped me to basically grow as well. People understand the value that you're bringing as part of it. And then people recognize your potential. So don't fail to give that extra effort into whatever you do. So I'd like to highlight 5 key things that will contribute to become extraordinary. We don't automatically become extraordinary from ordinary. There are a few things that you got to do. And those 5 things I would like to say from a personal perspective is starting with remain a student for life. The most successful professionals are lifelong learners. Most of the successful people that I have come across, they are very successful in learning, and learning is for a lifetime. So invest in learning. I remember when I started my HR career in a company called 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐿. There are a group of companies like 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐿 and John Keel's PLC. I had a boss called Bennett Paternotte. Some of you would have heard about him. So Pat was a wonderful teacher. I was doing a training coordinator role at that time. And Pat would basically get me involved in everything that he does. He would take me to Employees Federation for consultations. He would take me to the Labor Department for various inquiries. He would get me involved in corporate restructure programs. He would get me involved in policy drafting. He would even dictate show cause letters, warning letters, so on and so forth. And then sometimes I used to wonder initially, I'm not doing my core role, I'm doing various other things. But gradually I learned, he is trying to teach us. So be a lifelong learner. That will basically, transcend you to become somebody else. Knowledge is a commodity right now. Knowledge is available everywhere. In our days, we had access to the CIPM library and a few other little resources. But now, press of a button, you can access any knowledge. I don't personally now go out to consultants to seek specialized interventions because knowledge is already there. I'm doing a cultural transformation at 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐿 PLC, all using our capability and the capability of the team. We can use that. We can use our knowledge to do anything and everything that we generally sometimes source other people's help. So that's number 1, become a lifelong learner. Second is understand the business. As I told you earlier, understanding the business is very, very important. HR is not only about understanding people, but also understanding how organizations create values. My experience has taught me CEOs want HR people to run with the business. I asked this question when I was part of Dialogue. One of the overseas telco company CEOs, I asked him, what do you expect from HR? He said, I want HR people to run with the pack, run with the business, run with the leadership team. He said HR always runs behind the team. So CEOs expect you to run with the pack, ahead of the business, understanding the business. So it's very important. Business acumen is very important. CEOs expect you to lead organizational transformation effort, like our chief guest mentioned, reskilling, upskilling employees, and making the organizations future-proof. So be relevant in that aspect, being a business partner. And then also few things that, CEOs expect. This is from my personal experience I'm talking. Number one, the business partner role I already talked about. Capability builder. CEOs want organization capabilities built by HR people. Build new talent pipelines, build leadership structures, build succession. Make sure that, people are available to execute the organization strategy. So that's a very important aspect CEOs look. Performance catalyst is the other thing. Performance management. Make sure, that, HR person helps the organization to create value from people. I remember 20 years ago, Mr. 𝐾𝐢𝐩𝐿 used to say, performance management is founded on standards, measurements, and competency requirements, and that's truly valid. So CEOs expect HR to be a performance catalyst. And I also want you to remember, performance management has the cure for most of the sicknesses in all the organization. You fix performance management and most of the other issues that the organization is facing gets addressed. And number 4 is CEOs want HR to be transformational leaders, transform organization cultures faster with least disruption. And then the final thing that I have seen from the CEOs that I work is CEOs want HR to be guardians of the organization culture. Build in an organization with the right behaviors. So organizations have its values, beliefs. So HR needs to basically articulate those values and beliefs and live up to them and be role models and transform organization cultures. So in the organization that I work for, we have 4 different generations. We have even baby boomers, but of course, even the Gen Alpha is going to come, in a couple of years. So it's going to be a crazy environment in terms of managing cultures. So we need to future-proof our organizations to accommodate all these workforce generations, all the people that we require, and supporting the organization growth through an appropriate organization culture. Few other things that I want you to remember to progress towards being extraordinary is invest in relationships. It's important to build trusting and collaborating relationships. Relationships goes a long way. Relationships not only within organizations, outside organizations as well. You would build a wonderful relationship platform in your batches. So make sure that those relationships are maintained for life. Work on the relationships at your workplace. Build positive business relationships with your board, with the management team members, with your functional heads, with your co-workers, even at the person at the shop floor level. Build good relationships with CIPM. Take part in their programs. Widen your horizon. Widen your network. Build good relationships with the external stakeholders. That's very important to have connections everywhere. And I have wonderful networking and relationship experience with most of the HR professionals. And I must tell you that most of the organizations are willing to share their knowledge, willing to share their best practices. I remember this was about 25 years ago. We were trying to bring in psychometric testing and scientific test batteries to select people. This was way back 25 years ago. There were only very few organizations in Sri Lanka who had that capability, and HSBC was one such organization. I remember still meeting Mr. 𝐻𝐻. He was the HR chieftain at HSBC at that time. He readily shared his inspiration and then best practices in terms of using SHL psychometric test and test batteries. So relationships matter as you basically go on. And the last aspect I must remind is never forget the human side of HR. We are so focused in terms of driving processes, systems, policies, but sometimes we forget that behind every process, behind every policy, behind every system, there is a human being. So understand that and then make sure that human being is represented by HR, by you. Always believe that you need to be a credible activist. That's something that I fail to see in a lot of organizations. Especially non-HR people used to say that They have told me openly in certain organizations, HR people are not credible. Some of the HR people they don't do what they say. They don't deliver on their promises. They don't listen to us. They don't understand the pulse. And they are not activists. They don't hear the voice of the employees and then do things that matters. So one of the most important element, dear graduates, is to be a credible activist in your organization. If you're a credible activist, people will basically relate to you, people will admire you, people will respect you, people will respect the profession. So don't lose sight on that. So those are the 5 broader areas that I wanted to basically mention in terms of factors that will help you progress towards being an extraordinary person. I'm not saying I'm extraordinary, but it's a journey. It's never a destination. The last part of my speech, my address, I would like to focus on HR with the term HR as a bridge builder. We are known by very different names, but something that really resonates with me is HR can become a bridge builder, because HR is one of the very few professions that can connect to people, that can connect to strategy, that can connect to leadership, that can connect to culture and the business performance. So make sure that you are a bridge builder. As you graduate today, you too are preparing to become a bridge builder. Apart from that, I also would like to basically focus on building a bridge to relevance. That's number one I would like to basically highlight. When I entered the profession 20 years ago, HR was largely associated with recruitment, administrative staff, employee relations, industry relations, so on and so forth. Today, the HR profession totally looks very different. Our chief guest also mentions workplaces today are being transformed by intelligence, artificial intelligence, digital technologies, workforce analytics, changing demographics, DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion, hybrid work models, and evolving employee expectations. So HR needs to be relevant in this day and age. I'm sure most of you would have read the World Economic Conference jobs report. It predicts by 2030, 170 million new jobs will be created. By 2030, 170 million new jobs will be created because of artificial intelligence. And then also it says about 72 million jobs will get displaced or transformed. So that's the reality that we are facing. So as HR people, we need to build organizations with relevance. So that is one important bridge that I would like to basically talk about. The second bridge, I must say, is building the bridge of trust. I talked about HR being a credible activist. It's important that we understand that as an organization with a people-focused profession, we need to build trust. Technology may shape the future of work, but trust will always remain the foundation. So HR has to be a trusted partner, because technology cannot replace judgment. Can technology replace judgment? No. Technology cannot replace integrity. Technology cannot replace humanity as well. So trust becomes an important bridge to build as well in your profession. The last bridge that I want to highlight before I conclude my address is the bridge to opportunity. So I talked about trust, I talked about relevance. Then the third bridge that you need to basically build is the bridge to opportunity. This is one of the most important and meaningful bridges. The bridge to opportunity, it's one of the greatest privileges of working in HR, because we have the opportunity to provide recruitment for an employee, help an employee rise, develop an employee. We have that opportunity to basically build a bridge for opportunity for all these deserving talent that we employ in organizations. And I'm not talking about people in organization. The bridge to opportunity also relates to you. You're building a bridge to opportunity with your accreditation, and you're going to basically move on. So make sure that, that opportunity bridge is strengthened. I have, when the company introduced myself, you would have seen, I work for many organizations. I have this general philosophy to move industries every 5 years. So I work for an organization. When I achieve a peak in my standards, I basically move out and then, take on a new opportunity that will give me new purpose and new hope. So don't forget about yourself as well whilst you're giving opportunity for the others. Make sure that, you use that opportunity for yourself as well. So before I conclude, I must say that 20 years ago, CIPM built a bridge for me. And I stand on that bridge right now with immense gratitude to the institution that helped me shape my professional journey. Gratitude to the teachers who guided me. Mr. Veeratunga was one of my foremost teachers that I truly respected. Gratitude to the mentors who challenged me. Gratitude to the colleagues who supported me, colleagues who have inspired me along the way. And if I have learned something important over the years, true value comes from not standing on it, but the true value from a bridge comes from helping others cross that bridge. So as you leave this hall today, you do so as emerging HR professionals. I think the theme of this conference is, this graduation is emerging radiance. So you are the emerging radiance, emerging HR fraternity in Sri Lanka. You are the future of HR. And to create that radiance, you had to basically give purpose. You had to basically transcend action into activity. So because of that, you're graduating today. And as you graduate, I'm sure you will achieve distinction in your field, in your own in the organization that you serve for. And for that, I wish you all the very best. So thank you very much once again for the kind invite. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. And may your journey ahead be extraordinary. And maybe 10 years or 15 years down the line, may one of you stand behind this podium and give an address like me. So I wish you all the very best, and congratulations to you and then the proud parents. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Suresh for with us a thought-provoking and encouraging message, and of course for gracing our occasion as our guest of honor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the achievements of our diplomates today, we're also honored to share with you that CIPM Sri Lanka has the recognition and the support of CIPD UK, or as you might know it, Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development UK, and it also has recognition from Qualifications Scotland, also known as QS. So these are both leading professional bodies, and they help us at CIPM Sri Lanka ensure that we are able to provide a global benchmark for excellence. CIPM's Chartered Qualification in HRM, or CQHRM, has been accredited by both CIPD UK and Qualifications Scotland, and I'm sure you agree that's a matter of great pride for us indeed. So with that being said, we now have a few special messages to show you from CIPD UK and Qualifications Scotland. So I'd like to invite you to turn your attention to the screen as we take a look.
Dear graduates, distinguished guests, professors and CIPM staff. Today marks not just an ending, but a powerful beginning. As you stand on the threshold of your professional journey with a new qualification, I want to take a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished and the extraordinary opportunities that lie ahead. The qualification that you've earned is not given lightly. You've balanced work, study, and personal commitments. Some of you have juggled family responsibilities, professional deadlines, and academic demands simultaneously. Your commitment to this journey speaks volumes about your character and your determination to excel in your chosen field. Let's be honest, this hasn't been easy. There were no doubt moments where subjects that seemed impossible to master and assessments that tested not just your knowledge and ability, they tested your resolve. Perhaps you faced setbacks or struggled to find time when life threw unexpected challenges your way. Yet here you are today. Your resilience, that ability to rise after every setback, to persist when others may have given up, is perhaps the most valuable achievement you've earned. In this ever-changing world, this resilience may well be your greatest asset. The world of work is transforming at an unprecedented pace. Organisations across Sri Lanka and globally are recognising that their people really are their greatest competitive advantage. You now have the expertise to shape organisational cultures, to drive talent strategies that may unlock human potential to its greatest, and to navigate the complex challenges of the modern workplace, from digital transformation and AI to employee well-being, from diversity and inclusion to sustainable business practices. Your qualification opens doors to roles as HR business partners, talent development leaders, senior managers, organisational change masters, and strategic advisors to boards and executive teams. You can influence industries, you can mentor the next generation of professionals, you can create workspaces where people truly thrive. As you celebrate this achievement, I want to stress the importance of remaining connected to the wider CIPD community. Your membership is not just a credential, it's your lifelong connection to a network of HR professionals, to continuous learning opportunities, and the collective wisdom of our profession. I strongly encourage you to be lifelong members of the CIPD. We'll continue to support your growth, we'll keep you at the cutting edge of practice, and provide the community that will sustain and inspire you throughout your career. Together we really are stronger, we're more informed, and we're better equipped to elevate the profession. As you step into this next chapter, I challenge you to remember three things. First, remain curious. The world of work will continue to evolve, and your learning journey doesn't end today. It accelerates. Second, lead with empathy. Behind every policy you write, behind every strategy you create, behind every decision you make, are real people with real lives. Never lose sight of the human in human resources. Third, be courageous. Use your expertise to advocate for fair practices and to champion the dignity and potential of every employee you serve. You've invested in yourselves, and in doing so, you've invested in the future of our organisations, the economy, and our society. The designation you now hold is recognised and respected because of the standards you've met and the commitment you've demonstrated. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Your families are no doubt proud, your colleagues are inspired, and the organisations fortunate enough to benefit from your expertise will be transformed by your leadership. The future of human resource management in Sri Lanka is brighter because you are part of it. Welcome to the exciting journey ahead.
Every generation has a moment when it rises higher than before. A moment when ambition meets opportunity, when local excellence takes its place on the global stage. For decades, the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management Sri Lanka has shaped the architects of people, performance, and progress. Now, the journey ascends even further. The Chartered Qualification in Human Resource Management, CQHRM, reaches new heights of recognition, with QS accreditation aligned to the Scottish Credit and Qualifications Framework Level 11. CQHRM stands stronger, higher, and globally aligned, unlocking international credibility and academic parity. Built on a 12-pillar competency model, the revised CQHRM syllabus integrates strategic and sustainability leadership, digital and AI expertise, and global talent management, preparing future HR leaders for success on the global stage. This is not just a qualification. It is a launchpad, a global passport, a pathway for Sri Lanka's next generation of HR leaders to lead with confidence anywhere in the world. New heights of recognition. CQHRM, taking global recognition further. CIPM Sri Lanka, elevating HR leadership beyond borders.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful messages we had from CIPD UK and also highlighting our relationship with Qualifications Scotland. Today, ladies and gentlemen, marks a very interesting and significant chapter in the professional journey of our diplomates who are seated here. But while we celebrate your achievements, dear diplomates, I'm sure you also know it's an opportunity for you to look forward to the new horizons that lie ahead. So, up next, we're happy to share with all of you what is sure to be a stepping stone to greater professional growth, as well as an opportunity to make a meaningful impact in the world of HR. So if you're asking, what comes next after your DPHRM today? Well, to answer that question, we will now hear from Director Operations at CIPM Sri Lanka. So, to tell us more about the game-changer journey that lies ahead for you, please welcome Mr. Anushka Erskine. Let's put our hands together for him.
Congratulations. So, every one of you have started your journey either from foundation level, certificate level, and ending up at today with a diploma qualification. So, you have made a lot of commitments, sacrifices for this achievement. So, all of you deserve a round of applause. Shall I give a clap for you? Look at the screen first. Okay, from fresher to game changer. As you can see here, the head table, there are senior HR professionals, and you can see in the council, there are executive council. So every one of them been a beginner 2 decades ago, a few decades ago, starting from their foundation level, certificate level. And if you see any discipline, any profession, there are game changers. But every one of them starting as a fresher, same as you. And if you can see in the screen, I hope that it's not a familiar face. Anybody know this gentleman? His name is Alex. And he's a rock climber. The rock climber, there are many rock climbers. The specialty is he's climbing rocks without any safety gears. No ropes, nothing. So he has been a game changer in rock climbing. So there's a new episode was given to him to climb a tallest building in Asia. So we will see this particular video. We are going to give you a mind-blowing effort in terms of climbing instead of rocks or mountains, more than 100 stories building. So we'll check this video and then we'll start from that point onwards. Can you have sound also? So we'll get the sound, right? Otherwise you won't feel the experience.
See up there?
Okay, let's go.
Bit of a showman in him, huh? A bit of a showman in him. I think he's been hanging out with me too much.
I must admit, it does ease my nerves a bit to see that smile. So he's having a good time. From the corner, and he has to get on top of it, and so he has to lean out, rely on his arms,
Dude,
throw his leg up.
just put your other hand on the thing. Why is, it's just one arm in it, man.
He's shaking his hands, he's resting a little bit, he's putting chalk on his hands, that's gonna absorb the sweat. He's just going climbing.
Yeah, just going climbing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hey, can you just take a step back? You're making me nervous, man. Can you just like,
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah,
you
okay.
sit, yeah.
I'll go ahead and get back on the building, start just holding on.
You're
a bit.
freaking me out.
All right, see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to keep
All
cruising.
right. Climb.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mark
Oh,
was
yeah?
excited being up there. Oh, no.
Emily, no! Why? He's done it! Wow. Look at that.
Oh, I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm
Let's
taking
go.
first photos in the city.
So you might be thinking what to do with the rock climbing, right? I just completed my diploma in HRM. Okay, so if you can go to the next slide. So as you can see in this picture, you are coming out from the school or from your higher studies and might be 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. And you want to climb up the career ladder with the proper qualification. And right now you have achieved something important, which is diploma qualification. But there's another step ahead for you to be the game changer. And we'll see how we can be a game changer. Another fact I want to highlight is the diploma qualification you are obtaining today, it's level 5, NVQ level 5. With the certificate, you can obtain your confirmation document from the TVC as per the NVQ 5 qualification, which has a global value. And also, to be the game changer, the qualification you're looking for is UKHRM, right? And we'll see what you can make a game changer. For you to be the game changer in your field, in human resource management or management field, there will be 3 areas, 3 elements you'll be looking for. And number 1 is you need to have a strategic influence in the organization. To the speech given by our guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaya. So as a group head of HR at 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐌, so he has that strategic influence to make a change. That's number 1. For that, you need to have qualification plus experience. The second thing is you should be able to lead a digital transformation, a change, an innovative project, and then only you will be at that particular level soon after having that exposure. The third could be that you should be able to, of course, with that achievement, recognize at a national level and the global level. So then you can say, okay, I'm a game changer. Why is the 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM is your strategic advantage? There are mainly two reasons. The number one is you can complete the 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM, and once you complete the 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM, you will be eligible, qualified to obtain two memberships from two organizations. One is CIPM Sri Lanka, other one is CIPD UK. And the new addition we just added to this qualification is it has been mapped with the Qualification Scotland framework, QS, and which means that you will be obtaining a postgraduate level qualification. So soon after completing 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM, you will be obtaining two certificates. One is from CIPM, other one is from Scotland. We call Qualification of Scotland. And you can see these two certificates. Can we previous screen, please? Yeah. Previous one? Yes, correct. So these two certificates you're going to obtain from CIPA. One is from CIPM Sri Lanka as a chartered qualification, and the second one is from the Scotland. So that is a postgraduate equal qualification. And that's another story. Now you might be thinking, so we just watched a video, there are rock climbers, there are game changers. Do we have game changers at CIPA? Yes, of course, there are many game changers, but I can share one story, two stories rather, about game changers. Next slide, please. So there's a girl, soon after her school, she is starting from the foundation program at CIPM Sri Lanka, just 20 years old. And this is somewhere in early 2000. Next slide. So this particular girl selecting same as you, studying at the foundation level, and then moving up to certificate level, the 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM level, and then complete the 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM qualification as well. As you can see in the screen. So she completes her qualification and obtained a certificate in 2011. So soon after obtaining this qualification, she is joining with a multinational company. You know, this company is one of the biggest companies in Sri Lanka, Coca-Cola. And then as a HR manager, while she working, same as we had a flood situation in 2025, December. So this experience a flood situation in 2016. And what happened next is something remarkable. So as a HR manager, she's coming forward and supporting the employees, even the factory is closed in Biyagama. So she's supporting the community, and also she's supporting the fellow colleagues, employees, to build up the factory back to normal operation. So as a result, the organization recognized her as one of a courageous woman or HR manager supporting the employees and also community. And this whole thing happens while her mother was hospitalized for a bypass operation. And what happened next is her name was proposed by the head of HR, and see the picture also. And she's winning this global award out of 190 countries and getting a chance to travel to the USA, Atlanta, and to obtain the global award from the Coca-Cola CEO. So the important matter here, irrespective of the field you are working, if you are going beyond your scope, if you are contributing something special, you will be recognized at the global level. And also there's another student from CIPM, a lady called Judy Minoji-Kalupahana. So soon after completing her 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM with HR experience, and she is obtaining chartered fellow membership status at CIPD UK. So we listen to her story and what she has gone through and how this particular 𝐂𝐸𝐴HRM qualification helped her for her career progression.
My name is Judy Menoji Kalupahana, and I'm a Chartered Fellow of CIPD UK with over 20 years of experience across diverse industries in Sri Lanka and beyond. My career has been built around one passion: developing people and creating workplaces where both individuals and organizations can thrive. In 2023, when I completed my CQHRM, it opened a whole new chapter in my professional journey. While studying for CQHRM, I applied for my student membership with CIPD UK. And upon completing the program, my membership was upgraded to the associate member. That moment gave me the confidence to aim higher. I realized I had everything that I needed to pursue the prestigious Chartered Fellow status with CIPD UK, the highest level of membership in a global community of people professionals. I applied, went through the interview process, and was proud to be awarded my Chartered Fellow designation. Since then, doors have truly opened. I now work as a lead consultant in HR strategy, talent management, and leadership at Global Contriver Sri Lanka, where I support organizations across the country to strengthen their people capacities. Alongside that, I serve as a visiting lecturer for several institutes and universities, including CIPM, the University of West London in UK, a university in Malaysia, one in France, and another one in Brussels. I also train professionals in Dubai, helping them to prepare themselves for their next career milestone in human resource management. With over 2 decades of experience, I can confidently say that this journey has shaped me into the HR professional that I am today. Strong, passionate, and deeply committed to helping people and organizations to thrive. And it all started with the decision to take my career in human resource management. Thank you.
So, the 50% of students who complete the diploma, they stop their studies thinking that they will follow the CHRM later. And out of that, 25% again applying, thinking that they will complete the program. So the message here is, so once you complete your entire qualification at a glance, at once, so you'll be able to get the CIP membership as mentioned by our previous presentations, plus you can obtain a CIPD UK membership as well. So if you're going to be a specialist in the HRM field, so there are a couple of qualifications we have presented to HR fraternity. One is Diploma Occupational Safety and Health, and also Diploma L&D. And if you think I would be an expert in this HRM, so after completing your CQHRM, you can obtain these expertise qualification also. And apart from that, there are 2 short-term qualifications. We are mainly focusing HR analytics and also labor law. So these qualifications will support you for you to be that game changer, for you to improve your competency level. The next slide, please. So if you see this particular quote, it is mainly your courageous effort for you to build up your career. So if you stay focused, if you stay dedicated, you can be that game changer where you are planning to be. So we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors, and I hope that I will be able to see you at the next event as a CQHRM graduate, same as you can see in this particular picture. So thank you very much, and all the very best.
Thank you very much to Mr. Anushka Erskine for giving us a very insightful introduction into the CQHRM program. And as you've just heard, this is an incredible qualification that will pave the way for aspiring HR professionals like you to excel and to make a lasting impact in this industry. So we do hope you will seriously consider continuing your professional advancement through the CQHRM program. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, up next, it's time now to add a touch of glamour and splendor to this wonderful ceremony. It's time for an entertainment act, and we have some fabulous dancers who are ready with a vibrant performance for all of you. So sit back and let's take a look at what they have in store. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that very elegant and graceful performance by our dancers, we now arrive at the highlight of our ceremony here this morning. And that, of course, as you know, is the presentation of diplomas. Yes, it's now time for us to recognize our hardworking students for all of their commendable efforts as we commence the conferment of their certificates. So, as our students get ready and line up, we will now do the honors of inviting the presentation party to please join us for the first segment. To do the honors of presenting these diplomas, I'd like to invite forward Mr. Priyankara Senaviratne, Vice President, CIPM Sri Lanka, Mr. Suresh Muttaya, our guest of honor. We'd also like to invite Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj Kapatipola, the Honorary Secretary of CIPM Sri Lanka, to now please join us forward as we commence the presentation. Let's put our hands together for our dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. We will be beginning with Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management distinction holders. And as I read out the name of the student, we will invite them to join us, accept their diploma, and then head back to their seats. So let's begin. We start with SMM Sankalana. Let's put our hands together. Of course, let's remind you that we have photographers on stage, and do take a moment to look and smile. So we move on to our next student, AMPD Alvis. Put your hands together for her. SG Lienage. KDA Pamodi. MDIA Divyanjali. RRTDN Kalhari. DNP Hettiarachi. YC Kumarasinghe. RY Saubhagya. AMS Alahakon. GSD Aponso. RPD Nisansala. And with that, we would now like to say thank you to Mr. Priyankara Senaviratne. Thank you, sir. I'd now like to invite Ms. Vasanthi Vithanagi to please join the rest of the presentation party. We now move on. Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management merit holders. We start with H. Shanmugalingam. Let's put our hands together. DMAS Alvis. UDUL Tilakaratna. L. Rasara. JPK Madhushankar. WAS Kavishka. RRA Ranasinghe. Let's hear your applause, ladies and gentlemen. DYK 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐌. Put your hands together. MD Mayadunna. VPP Vitarana. PPNM Dias. SAA Umayangana. RMRL Ratnayaka. PVSW Anuradhi. WGMMV Hansini. HSA Heva Vitarana. LKKJPAHC Pereira. AMWSH Adhikari. MMSN Kure. KDP Kaushalya. WUA Gunaratna. HGS Paboda. WLVR Lienage. RMAM Ekanayaka. LADN Madhushani. SBU Suarez. KGH Vikramanayaka. JADM Malshani. VGSS Karunaratna. TAAS Kumari. MGWM Navaratna. TS Nautuna. SMAI Samarakone. UDHSD Udavatta. KGA Shanika. KH Kanchana. AAL Navodika. MAVL Premaratna. RAAD Ranasinghe. TSI Silva. BWS Madhushani. LAAS Leonarachi. GZ Osen. WTSG Pereira. HPS Manisha. TS Hadel. SS Ekanayaka. HUSN Malikaratna. ANCT Senaratna. KADC Jayasankar. AATD Attanayaka, JPRD Silva, FSN Hussain, PYCJ Samarajiva, GE Heshala, KAKN Jayasurya, MACN Munasingha, TDAN Vijayaratna, those were the merit passes. We will now move on to Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management, successfully completed, starting with KG Manu Ratna. Let's put our hands together. HMA Fernando, RMDN Heyrat, GS Lienage, SAI Shamini, SNR Disanayaka, LS Lienage, MAD Ashinsani, JAKA Pereira, MPP Medonza, PGDS Chamika, ST Nisansala, MRM Piyadasa, HKKU Jnanaratna, AMU Nadishani, KHWD Anjana, AWPM Ahangama. RHMA Chaturanga. AMDK Adapattu. HMKN Rajapaksa. N Madhuwanti. JMNS Dasanayaka. KDSD Silva. PM Veerasinghe. ADN Pereira. PB Lienege. 𝐾𝐾YS Gunawardana. KAHS Kamaradiwala. SD Ranavira. WMSDM Vikramasinghe. SGCP Jayasinghe. VN Amandi. JAT Jayasekara. KGMM Movins. WA Hasarangi. BNV Pereira. KLK Vijayanayaka. HAD Hasamali. EDS Shavindya. MS Hasara. VON Devanarayana. MG Chamudi. ACM Fonseca. GS Rahim. KM Vijay Ratna. At this point, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Suresh Muttaya. Thank you, sir. I'd now like to invite Dr. Sanat Palyaguru to please join the rest of the presentation party. We continue. Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management successfully completed. SN Kaluarachi. Let's put our hands together. KRDN Pereira. YLS Jayasekara. MDT Gunatilaka. WS Netmini. ANM Chandrakumara. RHDD Pereira. HMIM Kumari. SKN Satsarani. RK Vijay Tilaka. DS De Silva. TDT Chaturangi. BMGALU Basnaika. JMI Takshala. US Talduarachi. NTC Samaravira. PIM Sudatsiri. RMS Geetika. DLRN Bhagya. GDPN Lakshani. TPSNE Guruge. LIS Silva. PBMSS Basnaika. MH Delpachitra. WAS Utpala. NTM Fernando. UKN Jayasinghe. OMP Sandeepani. PDPM Ratnasiri. MIF Samha. TADYN Jayatilaka. RGT Madhushani. ID Shalika. WME MMH Vikramasinghe. KKI Guerrero. KMWSB Kangara. WADHI Vitana. SS Hanif. K. Keithan. L. S. Imalsha. M. A. T. N. Kumar Singha. W. T. K. M. Fernando. E. G. S. K. Tatsarani. R. M. O. L. O. Ratnayaka. H. S. K. Tilakaratna. K. M. P. K. G. I. T. Ratnayaka. E. M. A. P. Edrisurya. B. R. D. N. Kumari. A. G. C. Sakwiti. D. D. B. D. Karunaratna. K. A. I. Ruvanya. R. D. W. Arachi. U. A. V. P. Dharmasena. A. J. Mendes. H. K. Randima. A. A. T. Rashmini. D. K. S. Lakpura. F. S. Faris. U. M. U. Jayasurya. K. Kuventiraraja. R. Vipushini. HMN 𝐃𝐢𝐩𝐥𝐿. GWPH Alice. LM Vinodaheva. BACNS Beligalla. GM GHMMC Karunasinghe. WAT Naomi. LT Veeratunga. WSS Vijay Singha. IRRR Koskolavata. LYS Tarushika. PP Mahagamage. MANY Rasanjali. FZ Ahmed. HTO Dharmasena. WHU Vitarana. KTM Vitarana. HAL Nimsara. MM Tirimadura. N Saravanapava. HDPL Hiripitia. CBR KP Bandara. BDHR Pereira. GDIT Nuwangi. 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐌 LA Hashani. AT Belagadra. MS Paul Raja. HM Galapitia. EMT Karnaratna. WDM Silva. TM Migaswatta. HPPK Soiza. V Reshmi. CU Palyaguru. ASST Arambavatta. And with that, we come to the end of this segment. Let's put our hands together for all of our diplomates. Well, before we move ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and especially to all of the diplomates here, we would like to invite you now to please provide us with some valuable feedback. As you can see on the screen, we have a QR code. And we'd like your feedback on your learning experience at CIPM Sri Lanka. Your feedback will help us improve and to make future learning programs at the Institute even more effective. So may I now invite all of you, please scan the QR code. All of the diplomates, I want to see you out with your phones, scanning the QR code right now. And please take a few seconds. It's a very, very short survey. So we will appreciate your thoughts and suggestions. So thank you very much for sharing your feedback with us. We'll have the QR code up for just a couple of seconds longer. And while you fill in the feedback survey, up next, it's time now to enhance the splendor of this occasion with yet another incredible dance performance. Let's take a look at what the dancers have in store.
അടിവയറ്റില് മഞ്ഞുള്ള രാത്രി നിന്റെ ചിരിയത് കണ്ടപ്പോ അയ്യോ നെഞ്ചിലൊരാതി കരിമിഴിയുള്ള കളവാണി കൂന്തല് കണ്ടപ്പോ കണ്ണന്ന് ഉടക്കി ചിരിക്കല പെണ്ണെ കല്യാണി നിന്റെ വാറത്തെ പുള്ളി എന്നെ നീ കുടി നിന്റെ കണ്ണിലെ നിറം കണ്ട് കയ്യിലെ വള കണ്ട് കാലിലെ കുലിച്ചിട്ട് എന്നെ നീ കുടുക്കി അരയിലെ അരഞ്ഞാണ് മരക്കെട്ടി കിടക്കുമ്പോൾ എനിക്കെന്റെ മോഹങ്ങൾ അണപ്പൊട്ടി ഒഴുകുമ്പോൾ നോക്കല്ലേ നീ ഒരു തീ നോട്ടത്തി മുന്നെ കൊണ്ട് ചങ്കത് പെടക്കണ് നോക്കല്ലേ നീ ഒരു തീ
ലാടി നിനക്കെന്ത് പേടി കഥകടി ചോടി അടുത്ത് നീ വാടി കൊത്തിട്ടകൾ പാടി അരക്കെട്ട് തേടി നിൻ മുട്ടിയില്ല സുഗന്ധത്തിൽ രാമച്ചൻ തേടി ഞരമ്പുകളിലെ ചുട്ടുചൊറയൊഴുകുന്നു പരമാനന്ദര സുഖമതു തേടുന്നു മോഹങ്ങൾ കവിതകളാകുന്നു ഉള്ളൊന്നു അറിയാനിട്ട നെഞ്ചു പിടയ്ക്കുന്നു കണ്ണാടി മിന്നുന്നു വെള്ളാരം കണ്ണുള്ള ചേലൊത്തമ്മയുള്ള പെണ്ണെ അലങ്കാരി മുട്ടോളം മുടിയുള്ള കാണാൻ അഴകുള്ള നീലമിഴിയുള്ള പെണ്ണെ നീ ശൃംഗാരി കരിമിഴിയുള്ള കളവാണ് കൂന്തല് കണ്ടപ്പോ
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that exquisitely entertaining performance, we're now moving into the next segment of the presentation of diplomas. To do the honors of the presentation, I'd like to invite the following dignitaries to please join us. Our guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaya. We'd also like to invite Dr. Sanath Palyaguru, Chairman, Professional and Academic Affairs Technical Committee. And we also invite Mr. G. Veeratunga, Director, Professional and Academic Affairs. Let's put our hands together for our dignitaries. We now begin with Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management successfully completed. We start with P.P. Pereira. Let's put our hands together. R.S.S. Kumaradasa. 𝐃𝐢𝐩𝐿. N.V. Jayaratnam. W.A.N.R. Fonseca. J.M.D.S. Rashmini. H.S.N. Vijay-Singha. M.A.R. Ashen. D.G.T. Ranmini. A.K.R.N.D. Alvis. K.C. Madhushi. M.M.N. Fernando. H.G.K.L. Vimalavira. F.Z. Hussain. B.A.L. Prashadi. R.I. Madhusankar. H. Tamim. N.H. Hamoon. N.P.S. Pereira. J.K.S. Jayatunga Arachi. P.M.S.N. Kumari. K.A. Ahmed. W.M.S.H.B. Vasala. P.K.M. Divyanjali. K.A.P.S. Kumari. WAM Madhusankar, SMP Lakshani, MVD Midumini, BAA Oshadi, TPMU Pereira, GKMD Vijayanayaka, HDYW Hapuarachi, WGADL Vehalle, GGA Satsarani, BLMK Aryavansha, KADS Medoli, SS Senanayaka, MGA Darshani, WPSJ Pereira, SAA Senaratna, DAHN Devamuni, PRSPK Tilakaratna, VTK Pereira, SN Hettiarachi, HMS Jayampatini, KSN Bandara, UR Karunanayaka, NAKRM Nisanka, GRSM Rajapaksa, WMCI Vikramasinghe, HM Katriarachi, NU Pereira, K. Karunaratne, DPD JNS Vimalaratne, TM OG Jayawardena, AVMD Silva, LHN Lianage, HMSK Herat, HMDD Herat, MKD Pires, AGMP Netmini, HMPCG Herat, EHSHP Egodaheva, WPBNB Vijayalat, ASF Imara, PGUS Ranatunga, JJ Rajapaksa, PKDY Amarindi, SNMMM Semasinghe, MSN Fernando, DJHT Indrasena, SIH Arachi, GKDS Chamodia, HS Vasana, KATN Chandrasiri, JAI Chatumina. Let's put our hands together for our students. RHS Tilakasiri, BS Leonarachi, KMDM Sevwande, NAKD Harshika, KGSH Prematilaka, KSI Vikramasinghe, DCC De Silva, SHCW Tilakasiri, CP Nivodan, SL Alvitigala, YL Yahampat, KMKB Bandara, KAH Hansamali, KWM Sashiprabha, KTH Lakshita, RD Tilakaratna, HS Hansika, KDM Parindya, R.R. Malisha. H.M.I. Bilhani. R.M.B.L. Ratnayaka. G.H.P.S. De Silva. S.A.D.M.N. Disanayaka. R.H.M.N.D.B. Rajakaruna. T.M.S.S. Tennakon. A.S. Veragala. I.L.D. Metsahan. K.P.R.L. Anurasiri. J.L.M. Bhavna. M.B.I.R. M.B.R.I. Fernando. R.A.N. Nilakshika. S. Safwat. A. Balachandran. K.K.G.S. Jayaratna. D.T.S. Fernando. K.H.N.T. Kumarasinghe. S.D.P.S. Somasiri. G.D.C.Y. Fernando. G.W.H. Lakshani. L.N. Vitaranage. D.L.P. Priyanjana. W.M.G. Lakshika. KMSC Bandara. MGRC Bandara. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen. KT Senadira. WGMSK Pereira. MIS Vikramasuriya. ND Rajapaksa. RMM Vikramasinghe. BMD Vatsala. GKN Madhumali. DDN Edirisinghe. KNBBMC Bandaranayake. NH Ratnayake. At this point, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaya, to please remain. We say thank you to the rest of the presentation party. I'd like to invite Mr. Priyankara Seneviratne, Vice President CIPM Sri Lanka, to please join our guest of honor. We'd also like to invite Honorary Secretary, CIPM Sri Lanka, Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj Kepitipola, to please join our guest of honor in the center of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very, very special moment in our ceremony where we are about to recognize an outstanding individual who has demonstrated exceptional excellence and dedication throughout the program. It's time now to honor our best performer in the Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management in August 2026. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready to applaud as we now recognize the best performer. Best Performer, Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management, August 2026, Matisha Mihidum Sankalana. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our hands together for him. He is the best performer. Congratulations to you. Once again, this is an award that celebrates his outstanding achievement, his hard work and perseverance. So well done. Put your hands together one more time. Matisha Mikidum Sankalana. Congratulations to you. We invite the presentation party to please remain on stage. It's now time, ladies and gentlemen, to present a special token of our appreciation to our guest of honor who has kindly graced us with his presence this morning. It's now time for us to present this token to Mr. Suresh Muttaya. I'd like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Priyankara Seneviratne, as well as our Honorary Secretary, AVM, Dr. Manoj Kepetipola, to please do the honors of presenting this token on behalf of CIPM Sri Lanka to our guest of honor this morning, who is, of course, also the Group Chief Human Resources Officer of Aitken Spence PLC, Mr. Suresh Muttaya. We have the token right here, and it will now be presented. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please hear your applause for our guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muttaya. Thank you very much to you, sir, for your presence as well as your inspiring message for our gathering. Thank you. And we now invite our dignitaries to please take their seats. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time now for us to hear from our outstanding achiever who we just congratulated and felicitated a few moments ago. Of course, I am talking about the best performer, Diploma in Professional Human Resource Management. He will be here present with us on stage to now deliver the valedictory address. So with your applause, one more time, let's recognize him. Put your hands together for Matisha Mihidum Sankhalana.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief guest for the day, guest of honor, governing council of CIPM, my beloved lecturers, proud parents, and my dear friends. The great B.B. King once said, "The beautiful thing about learning is no one can take it away from you." I am Matisha Mihidum Sankhalana, and I am standing here as your valedictorian. I am deeply honored to reflect on a journey where we didn't just earn a diploma. We gained knowledge that will stay with us for a lifetime. When we joined CIPM for this Diploma in Professional Human Resources Management, we came from different backgrounds with different big dreams. But honestly, back then, we all had one big question in our mind. How are we going to balance our studies, our jobs, and our sleep at all the time? Looking back today, we did it. We survived strict assignment deadlines, endless case studies, late-night coffee cups, and of course, those dramatic group presentation practices. We didn't just study HR management from books. We literally managed time, managed stress, and managed each other every single week. That was our very first practical HR lesson. Behind every successful student, there is one line of supporters. To our respected lecturers and CIPM staff, thank you so much. You didn't just share a knowledge, you inspired us to think critically and lead with wisdom. To our lovely parents and families, thank you for your unconditional support, endless patience, and for believing us every step of the way. This day achievement is just it as our. My dear friends, as we step out today, remember that education is not a destination. It is a continuous journey. What we learn at CIPM is our tool to make a real different world. Currently, I am following CIHRM program here, And I also like to encourage you all to complete the qualification and take the next step toward becoming a HR practitioner. As I conclude, I want to leave you with one inspiring thought. Education is our passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to people who prepare for it today. We prepared, we learned, and today we celebrate. Congratulations, my dear friends. Wish you all great success in your journey ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to Matisha for recalling your fond experience at the Institute and also for expressing your heartfelt sentiments and gratitude on behalf of the entire group of students here towards the faculty and staff of CIPM Sri Lanka. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our event today has been an endeavor that has come together thanks to the energy and expertise and time and talent of so many contributors. And so we'd now like to take the opportunity to appreciate each of these special individuals for their invaluable assistance. So to now sum up our appreciation in the official vote of thanks, it's my pleasure to invite forward the Honorary Secretary of CIPM Sri Lanka. So with your applause, let's welcome Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj Kepetipola.
The most important people of the day's event. Dear students, let me begin my vote of thanks with a thought. Be proud of how far you have come, but remain excited about how far still you have to go. The chief guest, Mr. Priyankara Senaviratne, Vice President of CIPM Sri Lanka, and guest of honor, Mr. Suresh Muthaiya, Group Chief Human Resources Officer of 𝐾𝐲𝐻 Spence Corporate Services Limited, members of the Governing Council, distinguished guests, lecturers, examiners, and invigilators, the diplomats, proud parents, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great privilege and pleasure to propose the vote of thanks at this memorable diploma awarding ceremony of CIPM Sri Lanka. First and foremost, our sincere appreciation goes to our chief guest, Mr. Priyankara Senaviratne, Vice President of CIPM Sri Lanka. Sir, thank you very much for gracing this important occasion and your presence and for your leadership, commitment towards advancing HR profession and strengthening CIPM Sri Lanka. Your presence today adds great significance to this milestone of our diplomats. And our special guest gratitude goes to Mr. Suresh Muthaiya, our guest of honor. Sir, we deeply appreciate your presence, and also I enjoyed that speech. I think all of you might have enjoyed the storytelling of Mr. Muthaiya. I think it was a real journey about his success, and I think you have a way to follow. And also, I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the members of the Governing Council for their leadership, guidance, and continuous commitment towards maintaining the professional and academic excellence which CIPM upholds for. And on this momentous day, I would like to make a special mention of those who have been at very hard and learning journey of our diplomats, our lecturers, examiners, and invigilators. To our lecturers, thank you so much for not only sharing your knowledge and professional expertise, but also your experience, insights, guidance blended with genuine care and concern towards these young professionals. Your contribution extends also beyond the classroom. Your contribution to our diplomats is wonderfully appreciated. And to our examiners and invigilators, we extend our sincere appreciation for your professionalism, diligence, and impartiality, with which you have carried out our important responsibility of assessment. Your commitment helps us to safeguard the academic integrity, credibility, and high standards of CIPM qualifications. The success we celebrate today is no small measure, a reflection of your dedication and commitment. Thank you for your being an integral part of the journey of our diplomats. And our sincere thanks to the chairman of the Professional Academics and Professional and Academic Affairs Committee, Dr. Sanath Palliguru, and the members of the committee for their invaluable contribution towards maintaining the quality, the relevance, and professional standards of our programs. And we gratefully acknowledge the leadership and support of our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. U.S.C. Obesekara, who is not present here, and Director of Professional and Academic Affairs, Mr. Veeratunga, and Director of Operations, Mr. Anushka Erskine, Director of Finance, Ms. Vatsala Nadishani, Manager Business School, Mr. Sujiva Parra, Manager Examinations, Mr. Ravindu Sachintana. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, your collective efforts contribute immensely towards the successful journey of the CIPM professional and academic programs. And a special word of appreciation must go to our examination staff and entire CIPM staff, starting from Mr. Piris, our security officer, to the CEO. Ceremonies of this nature may last only a few hours, but behind them lie many weeks and months of planning, coordinated and hard work. Thank you for your commitment and attending to many details, both seen and unseen, you have made to make this ceremony a success. And now, the most important people of today's ceremony are diplomats. And I am also a teacher of you. Can I request all the diplomats, can you all rise from your seats? And let me invite all of you to give the best applause that you have ever given to your parents who are there. They are already above, right? And the lecturers who have done a wonderful service to make you what you are. Okay, let's give the best applause you have ever given. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm in a classroom. Please sit down. Today represents the culmination of your hard work, ladies and gentlemen. Your perseverance, sacrifice, and determination. And as Sankala said, maybe so many midnight coffee cups. The diploma you received is more than a qualification. It represents a significant milestone in your professional journey. As you have moved forward, I encourage you to carry with your value of professionalism, integrity, continuous learning, and respect for people. I repeat, respect for people wherever your careers may take you. Congratulations to each of you. May today's achievement be not the destination, but the beginning of greater accomplishments ahead. Behind many of our diplomats are another special group of people who deserve heartfelt gratitude, the parents. I think, thank you very much, diplomats, for applauding your spouses, parents, and all your loved ones. And your encouragement and patience sacrifices and unwavering support have undoubtedly contributed to the achievements we celebrate today. There have been many late nights, missed family engagements, and sacrifices along this journey. You stood beside them throughout, and even now I saw some of you are carrying their lot of stuff to support them. So therefore, this achievement belongs to you too, dear parents and spouses. We sincerely thank you and congratulate you as well. And our appreciation goes to the distinguished guests who have joined us to celebrate this special occasion. Your presence makes today's ceremony even more meaningful. And special thanks to our company, Ms. Trishma. I think she is in a new outlook today, for guidance through this today's proceedings with professionalism and grace, and also a lot of energy. We also extend our sincere appreciation to BMICH management and staff for the excellent facilities, coordination, and support extended towards the successful conduct of this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, an institution such as CIPM grows through the collective efforts of many its leaders, academics, professionals, staff, students, alumni, and industry partners. So today's ceremony reflects the collective commitment to develop the competent and ethical professionals who can make a meaningful contribution to their organizations and to our nation. As we bring this memorable ceremony to a close, once again, on behalf of the CIPM, I extend our deepest appreciation to everyone who contributed towards making this occasion a great success. And to our diplomats, as you leave this hall today with a well-earned qualification, remember, the true value of this education is realized not merely on what you know, but how you effectively and ethically, we put that knowledge into practice. The great education philosopher, John Dewey, reminded us, education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. So your learning, therefore, does not end with today's graduation, ladies and gentlemen. In many days, today is a real appreciation, your real appreciation begins. So take that, what you have learned, into your workplaces and make use of that knowledge, transfer that knowledge, and treat people fairly, to lead with integrity, and above all, to make a positive difference in the lives of others. My diplomats, be proud of how far you came now, but remain excited how far you can still go. Congratulations once again as you step forward into the next chapter of your professional journey. Carry with 4 values that are synonymous to our beloved institute. CIPM, courage, integrity, purpose, and meaning. Let me say once again, courage, integrity, purpose, and meaning. May these values guide not only you achieve, but also who you become. Congratulations and thank you. Wish you a pleasant day.
Thank you very much to Air Vice Marshal Dr. Manoj Kepatipula for the warm words of gratitude expressed. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we now draw the curtains on this diploma awarding ceremony of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management Sri Lanka. And as we bring the occasion to a close, we do hope that all of our diplomates feel that their accomplishments have been fittingly felicitated at this event of great honor and distinction. And we do trust that each and every one of you will continue to reach great heights, to embrace new opportunities and make CIPM proud. Before we leave, I'd like to draw your attention to a few important announcements. First, if you haven't already done so, we will have the QR code on the screen, and this will be to invite you to please give us your feedback, dear diplomates, on your learning experience at CIPM. So if you've not already filled the feedback form, we'd like to invite you to do now so it can help us improve our further offerings at CIPM. My next announcement is for diplomates as well as for the parents and guests who are here. You are requested to please collect your refreshment packs from the designated foyer area by presenting your refreshment token. And the final announcement is for all of the diplomates. You are requested to please remember to return your cloaks at the cloak counter, which will remain open until 2:30 p.m. All right, so you have till 2:30 p.m. Please return your cloaks before 2:30 p.m. Those are the announcements. I hope you took notice of them. And with that, we come to the end of our ceremony. Once again, a heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Thank you for being with us and gracing us with your presence. And I wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Thank you and have a nice day.